Perhaps most radical was his stand on women's liberation. In a deeply traditional society, Sankara declared that the revolution could not succeed while women were oppressed. He appointed women to high offices, outlawed forced marriages and female genital mutilation, promoted girls' education, and encouraged men to take part in domestic work. On International Women's Day, he once asked men to go to the markets and cook at home so they could understand the lives of women. For many, this was the first time a leader spoke directly to their dignity. On the global stage, Sankara became the bold voice of African independence. At international forums, he openly condemned imperialism, foreign debt, and economic systems that kept Africa poor while enriching the West. His famous speech at the Organization of African Unity, where he called on African nations to collectively reject unjust debts, made him a hero to the oppressed and a threat to powerful interests. That threat sealed his fate. On October 15, 1987, Sankara was overthrown and murdered in a coup led by his close friend and comrade Blaise Compaoré. His body was hastily buried in an unmarked grave, and his name was officially erased from national life for years. But the people never forgot. In homes, in whispered stories, on university campuses, and in street murals, Sankara lived on as a symbol of what Burkina Faso once dared to be. Decades later, when the popular uprising of 2014 finally drove Compaoré from power, many saw it as the fulfillment of the promise whispered at Sankara's grave. His remains were formally exhumed and investigations into his murder began anew. To this day, his image appears on banners, t-shirts, protest signs, and social media across Africa and the black diaspora. Young people born long after his death still chant his name as if he were alive. Thomas Sankara is remembered not because he ruled for long, but because he ruled with honesty, courage, and sacrifice. He asked his people to be upright, and he lived that demand himself. That is why, even in death, his people still love and adore him. And that is why the words said at his graveside continue to echo across generations. They are all Sankaras now,